Hello, welcome to Nevada Partners. We are at the Westside Community Incubator, and Mr. Elias has gave me something very beautifully that I've been wanting to do for him is to give you a couple of pages of inspiration from Butterflies Move Freely. It is an honor to go ahead and read a couple of pages within this book. So thank you for joining me. Drop a comment. We are live, and I am going to start with a history of shattered bonds. A mother with children, their fingers intertwined, sob in uncontrollable agony. They reach out for each other, their faces etched with helplessness and heartache, and a despair too profound to be described by mere words. They lose their tightest grip, are ripped apart and put in separate lines, destined to individual futures alone. Not too far away in another line, their father watches on. If he's lucky, they are defeated in this bitter reality, a family shattered. This heart-rending spectacle is not a stand-alone event, but a recurring theme in history where powerful empires tear, tear apart families under the guise of nationalism. No matter which country or era, these government forced separations predominantly target marginalizing communities, evoking haunting echoes of the past. Here's a quote from Elias. When we concede and reduce to our greatest fears as human beings, unrelenting trauma and death follows. I want to skip to another thing that was very profound, a historic snapshot of U.S. immigration policies. This is a historic snapshot of U.S. immigration policies. The bosom of America is open to receive not only the opulent and respectable stranger, but the oppressed and persecuted of all nations and religions, whom we shall welcome to a participation of all our rights and privileges. This is President George Washington, 1783. In American history, the evolution of immigration policy stands as a testament to our nation's struggle toward a more inclusive and just society. Over the years, pivotal legislation has shaped the lives of millions, reflecting the ebb and flow of our collective values and aspirations. This chapter delves into several key transformative moments in the U.S. immigration policy, underlining milestones that have significantly influenced the lives of countless individuals. Here's another quote. President George Washington. America is open to receive the oppressed and persecuted of all nations and religions. By examining these policies and their impacts, we hope to foster a better understanding of the complex history and attitudes around immigration. Let's go to another one. Here is as a nation, we began by declaring that all men are created equal. We now particularly read it, all men are created equal, except Negroes. When the know-nothings get control, it will read, all men are created equal, except Negroes, and foreigners, and Catholics. This is President Abraham Lincoln, 1855. 1965, Immigration and Naturalization Act. The Immigration and Naturalization Act of 1965, also known as the Hart-Celler Act, marked a profound turning point in U.S. immigration policy. This landmark legislation abolished the earlier quota system that had limited immigrations based on national origin and introduced a new framework centered on reuniting immigrant families and attracting skilled labor to our shores. Its profound impact was felt across the nation as immigrants from Asia, Africa, and Latin America began to form an integral part of American society, growing our economy and enriching our culture. Here's another one from President Abraham Lincoln. As a nation, we began to declaring that all men are created equal. Here's another highlight. From U-Haul to FML, growing up unsure in America. Look, Ma, look what I got. A South Carolina boy called out, surrounded by fellow young kids as he opened his birthday gifts. This 5-year-old kid, with a southern zeal and a darker than usual summer tan, grew up where the sunrise inspired early outdoor fun, a day full of dedicated studies and church on Sundays. Oftentimes, this kid and his family were welcomed to the front of the congregation to share testimonials, read, and contribute to the conversation around faith and acceptance. That same kid traded homework for help, skateboard tricks in the neighborhood, and when needed, bully prevention at school. These are some of the earliest memories growing up in America. I never really thought of myself as anything other than an American. However, it wasn't always sunshines growing up in America. Tornadoes were frequent, enough for both literal and storms were swept through our neighborhoods, and the unexpected struggles we face as immigrants, which we will get to soon. Here's another quote. This is from President Barack Obama. Being an American is not a matter of blood or birth, it's a matter of faith. Anybody can help us write the next great chapter in our history. Being an American is not a matter of blood or birth, it's a matter of faith. It's a matter of fidelity to shared values that we all hold so dear. That's what makes us unique. That's what makes us strong. And anybody can help us write the next great chapter in our history. President Obama, 2010. I pledge allegiance to American flag just like every other student growing up here. My parents raised me with the core values of hard work, education, and contributing back to society. These values are shared among many Americans and immigrants alike. As my parents moved our families to different states, pursuing new work and business opportunities, we exemplified those core values. My parents worked hard, I studied hard in whatever small ways we would contribute to society. My parents worked hard, paid off at times throughout their careers. They employed hundreds of Americans as a result, on top of providing our family. I studied hard and fell in love with the pursuit of knowledge. It was that passion that fueled me, not the traditional school system itself. But because we traveled so much throughout my childhood, I experienced a full spectrum of the American school system. I went to public schools, private schools, and homeschool, and finished high school online. Among the way, and as a result of homeschool, I was mandated to take a state administered test to measure my grade level. To everyone's surprise, at 11 years old, I was testing at a high school grade level. Now that's smart. This afforded me to an opportunity to enroll in online school and start earning credits. I accelerated through the program and at 14 graduated for high school, earning the title local news at the Vegas Whiz Kid. I'm gonna have to look that up. The following year in 2010, my pursuit of knowledge led me to University of Nevada, Las Vegas, UNLV, where I studied biology inspired by a dream of serving others with medicine. That's actually my favorite one too. I love biology. I gained early academic success one summer contributing to research projects that led to publication. As a teenager, I became a chapter author in a microbiology research textbook and contributed to various scientific projects. These early accomplishments filled me with excitement, solidifying my passion in learning and discovery. Outside of the quiet labs, where we explore biochemistry, microbiology, and neuroplasticity, I started to fall in love with student life. Student life led me to various roles on campus, organizing with student groups focused on academic success, scientific research, and community service and civic engagement. That's some good stuff. My various roles, including president, co founder, secretary, and really active member to several organizations, led me to so many serendipitous opportunities. My favorite is a time I invited to meet President Obama when he visited our campus in 2012. Really? Nice. Not too long ago after, I became the youngest student body president at UNLV and was able to help steward various programs. This is amazing. Hope you guys go ahead and take a page out of this book. This reminds me of like reading Rainbow, which was one of my favorite shows. And again, this is Butterfly Moves Freely, Exploring Immigration in the USA Beyond by Mr. Elias. Let's give him a round of applause.